Good evening. So glad you dropped by today. My name is Lynda Phippen. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Ontario, Canada. I've been working on moving my craft station from my kitchen table down to a room that I've over the years used for just about everything. So I've been working on that, and the goal for this year is to be a little more organized, a little more creative, and I know we all could use some of that, so I will keep you posted. And I do have a couple of cards from our new catalog, so I hope you're as excited as I am. So let's just get started. And here is our mini catalog, January to June 2021, which really should be 2022. Just noticed that. Anyway, it is 2022, so I'm sure there's an explanation about that. This is the set that I was working with this week, and it is really quite a nice set. I really, really like the shadow dies that go with it. You are amazing, and thanks or thank you. So very, very nice. So the stamp set itself looks like this, and there are the butterfly, the tree, and some greenery that goes with this. So the first card that I put together is you are amazing. So those shadow dies are quite nice, aren't they? So the first thing that I want to show you is I'm going to do the inside and the outside, or the front and the inside of the card, and I'm using a handmade cloud. It's a thicker plastic, just one of those dividers that kids have for school, and I just made some wavy things, and it really doesn't matter because every cloud is different. And I'm just going to use my blending brush and get some clouds. So I don't want it to be really dark. I want it to just look just soft. And I know you don't quite get the look on it. It looks pretty soft, which is the look I was going for. And then I just get some clouds in there. So if I lift it up, I wonder if you can see that a little better. Yeah, you can see that. So I'm going to do either the inside or the front. We'll just see how they turn out. And it's okay. We just call it a little storm if our clouds are not where they should be. There we go. So maybe you can see that one a little bit better. I should maybe put it on a different, instead of white. So then I took my Stamparatus and I used the tree. Lined it up. I think I'll use the lighter one for the outside. Lined it up and made sure that I got it to where I wanted it in the center. And we just put our magnets on there. Duct tape is amazing to hold that in place for you. And I did mention that this was balmy blue, did I? I think I did. And there goes our tree. And again, a very soft design, like a watercolor soft. And then what I did was, I can't get enough of these birds from on the horizon, so I put the birds on just the front of it, and at the top there are just a few birds flying by. And this is the fun part of it. But first of all, let me just get the layers on. I put black layers because the words of the shadow dies are black behind it, and it just makes everything pop. Okay, so I'll put this on the front of the card. And as I mentioned, I've been looking through my old craft storage room, and I found a few treasures that I'm going to share with you. Let me just get the inside of that card. So we have the inside and the front. Okay. So we'll get this in here. Because I do have words to put in there. So I want to get that in there. But I wanted to do some grass. I got this in my head. I want to do some grass. So I took the cotton paper and I cut about 1.5 inches on one, and not quite 2 on the other, so 1 3/4. And the first time I did this, I had it very even, and then I had to cut the grass. So this time I cut it a little uneven, and what I did, let me get it in my clipboard here, I put, because I want, yeah, let's go this way. I put 2 lines of glue, and I put the smaller one on the inside. Then I put 2 more lines of glue, folded my paper over, and what I discovered in my craft room were these interesting scissors, and I wondered what on earth. Now it has Stampin' Up on it, as you can see. Who knows how old these are? I've only been a demonstrator for a year, but I've done crafts much of my life, so it'd be interesting to know if somebody recognized these and had them. Anyway, what we're going to do is make some grass. And I just pulled it all down, crumpled it up a little bit so that it didn't look quite so perfect. Put another strip of grass, or grass, grass on the brain, glue on there. and put it down there. And doesn't that look like a little dimension? Or maybe a hairy card. But I thought it was kind of neat. So it's fine without it if that really was not something that you would be interested in putting on there. Then I have the dies, the shadow dies, and I put "You Are Amazing." So just a little bit of glue on those. Whoops. We don't want glue, we want dimensions. Almost put glue. Well, I did put glue on, but we'll put some dimensions on here. So put some smaller dimensions amongst the glue. Then we wonder why we have glue all over ourselves when we're done. Okay. So you are and aren't the shadow dies really quite stunning? And then amazing. I have grass all over my table now. Amazing. And sometimes you just have to hold it just a little bit. So there is our first card. So it's not fiddly. It's really quite easy. The grass was fun, and it was fun to find these scissors that someone needs to tell me how long ago those scissors have been around, because they certainly are something that's been around for a while. And I use the classic matte dots to put on, and I used black as well. And I'll just put 3 big ones on this time instead of 3 little ones. And there is our card. You are amazing. Now, the second card that we're going to do, I did 2 of them. And the first one I did in Smoky Slate. And I used the butterfly and the shadow dies for thanks. And then I thought I wanted to do a little color. So I did the Highland Heather. And I used the free product of the Simple Marvelous. And I used each different side. So one side is, looks like countertop, veiny, and the other one is marbly. So on this one here, I have the marble on the inside and the grainy one on the front. So it's also a pop-up card. So I put a butterfly on the inside as well. So this card is pretty simple to do, although the measuring after I cut the corner was a little tricky, but I will show you how we did this, and I will do it with the Gorgeous Grape, I think maybe. Yeah, Gorgeous Grape. So what I did was I measured 2 inches from the top, left hand, and 2 inches from the bottom. I put it in our scoring, which I don't have, and I just did a score line on the one side because it was next to impossible to line that up. So if you just give it a little fold back and forth, then open up your card and push the middle in like this, and you have your little pop-up for the inside of the card and a little corner that you can decorate. So that was not too bad. So I used, like I mentioned, the marble, and I did the same thing for layering. You know, when you take it in 1/4 of an inch or 1/8 of an inch, and then I had to measure this by a little trial and error, I'll say. But it worked. So that is the first layer. Okay, got the first layer on. And then on the inside, I'm just going to put those so I don't lose them. And isn't that pretty? Very, very pretty. So I did the marble on because I wanted to really get a good feel for the, you know, the designs and the colors. And that's not good. A little bit of glue. I don't want that off. Okay, and then I have the white. Okay, so we've got all the layers on. Okay, so now we get to decorate. So I used a, let me just find them here. I did the butterfly, and I did it on white cardstock, and then I just fussy cut a border around it, just so it didn't get lost. I also used some of the butterflies from the Beautiful Butterfly dies. So I cut a few of those out because I wanted a few more butterflies. So we'll put this guy on first on the outside. And then, because I want it to dry, and then I put one on the inside so that it will pop up when you open the card. Okay, so we've got both of those on. Now I just need to put a stamp on the, and I wasn't sure if this would show up, but I mean, again, it's very subtle, but it's there. So I put another butterfly there. See, it is very subtle, but you can see it, barely, but you can see it. So I have the thanks with the Highland Heather border. So let's just put that on. And then we can stick a few more butterflies on. Whoops, better put the word on the right way. So thanks. Let's put a little angle on this time. And then there's also the butterfly punch that I used. So there's lots of options for butterflies. And when I did it on here, I did the 3 butterflies so that it comes up. So I don't know if you've ever done that. It's just neat. And I don't seem to have those butterflies here, but so we'll just put these on. So I'll put one more butterfly. That one's too big. I'll put one butterfly. Over here beside that butterfly. And then I put a butterfly on the inside. And you can also just put glue on half of it and fold the other half up so that it kind of pops up when you open the card. So there's the pop-up from the inside, which is pretty neat. And there is the thanks and 3 butterflies on the front. And let me just put some pearls on here. And then we are done our cards. Now you could also put Wink of Stella on, which I did on one of my cards. I'm not quite sure which one. So those cards, I don't know if you, I found the gray showed up quite nice on that. And I just put a wipe on that one, so that, let me just put that aside. So we'll do that one, and this one, and those are our cards for tonight. So I hope you enjoyed and learned something new. And thank you very much for dropping by and subscribing and your kind comments. So I will see you again shortly in another week, and have a great week and take care of yourself. Bye for now.